Ladies and gentlemen, people only seem to read titles, the beginning of any oral, visual or audio piece, particularly with the news. They form their opinions just off the headline alone. And that's why I think a lot of people really hate me, is because they just read the titles of videos. Like, just because I've got a video that says hairy ballsack feminist does this, doesn't necessarily mean that I don't like hairy ballsacks on feminists. It might allude to that opinion, but it doesn't necessarily mean it. Or if I make a video saying, oh, weak, disgusting, vegan, well, that's a bad example because I definitely mean that. My point is, sometimes I make videos where the title isn't exactly what the video is about. Except for this one. This lady's batshit fucking crazy. But first, ladies and gentlemen, this video is brought to you by the great people at Surfshark VPN. Safety and security are two very important aspects of life. Every single day that you're online, you're under threat from dirty soy boys trying desperately to do you harm. Most internet users aren't even aware of the amount of surveillance and data mining that's going on every single day with their personal information. Don't you wish there was someone out there to protect you? Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? There is! And their name is Surfshark VPN. Surfshark turns you into an anonymous and hard to trace online user and makes the internet a safer and more enjoyable place for you. And do you know what geo-blocking is? Do you know that some streaming services like Netflix only allow certain shows in certain regions of the globe? And you can only watch them if you're from that part. Well, not anymore. With Surfshark, you can change where you're from to watch whatever you want. Surfshark gives you all the access you need. Just connect to the service, refresh the page, and access granted. I use Surfshark every single day whenever I use my PC, and ladies and gentlemen, guess what? You get an amazing offer just for watching this video. Use the promo code BUTSMAN to get 83% off and 3 extra months for free. Surfshark also offers a 30-day money-back guarantee, so there's no risk. Surf with your own set of rules. The link is down in the description below. Before I start, let me just address this. A lot of people out there go, when I make these type of videos, they go, oh, Isaac Butterfield, yeah, he's a men's rights activist. Listen, I'm not a men's rights activist. Men, on the most part, except for like suicide and stuff like that, you know, those little things, they're pretty much fine. What I do, however, is I spend hours upon hours every single week searching the dark, deep and twisted parts of the internet, known as Twitter, for the biggest fuckwits in the entire world. And if they're talking mad shit and it affects men, then I'll talk about that. And if it affects meat eaters, I'll talk about that. Or it affects you, or me, or someone I care about, I'll call out bullshit where I see it. Yeah, and this is big bullshit. We have to erase men. Lesbian author who urges women to eradicate men from their lives, racks up 5-star reviews on Amazon. But some argue it's a form of apartheid. To call this apartheid is fucking ridiculous. She's a fuckwit, there is no doubting that, but it's not as bad as apartheid. And just because some lady with dirty old underarm hair that looks like wrinkly old asshole hair says that this is going to happen or that should happen, definitely doesn't mean it will. But it's fun to pretend and look deep into what the fuck is happening here so we can all sit at home and think to ourselves, you know what? We're doing pretty good. A lesbian activist has urged women to eliminate men from their minds and lives in a controversial new book that claims to provide the ultimate solution to female emancipation. Hey, you know what a batshit sentence is? If you have someone in your life that is making it fucking miserable, whether they're male or female, romantic partner or friend, fuck them off. That is how you move forward. So I guess she's sort of right there. Maybe she's a little bit spot on with this book. I'm totally kidding. She's a fucking idiot, but that's a good point. Cut people off if they're assholes. But the problem with what she is suggesting here is she's saying we need to cut off men. There's a fuckload of men. And this is what happens with men and women when they are angry at the opposite sex. It is ridiculous because usually it's based off like 1 or 2 or maybe 4 experiences with people with penises or vaginas. You get the shits with the people, but then you conflate it with the sex. That's fucking stupid, alright? Dumb. That's like eating old cheese and then getting sick because of the cheese and then blaming the rest of the cheese. You miss out on cheese. And am I referring to cheese because of cheesy dicks? Yes. Yes. Paris City Councillor Alice Coffin. A fucking city councillor this woman is. My God, who the fuck voted for her? She's pictured here. Oh wait, I think that's her dad. That's her. Has revealed in her brand new book, this is the best name of all time, Lesbian Genius. Yeah. She's revealed that in her book, Lesbian Genius, that her and her partner, Yuri, only consume things that have been produced by women. Imagine a world where we only consume things made by women. Let's do a dream sequence to what that would be like. That was just too fucking easy. It's not enough to help one another. We have to erase them from our minds, from our pictures, our representation. I don't read books by men anymore. I don't watch their movies. I don't listen to their music, she writes. Alice admits that she imagined herself as a boy when she was younger, but now she believes a lesbian is a greater achievement. Rubbing vaginas together is a greater achievement. Right? Being a fucking DJ in the 80s, rubbing clits like it's going out of fashion, that's a greater achievement. Alice, you're a fucking idiot. How about that? Write that in your next book of memoirs, you absolute goose. In Alice's book, some of the main details that are in it, she explains why all men have it over all women. She also explains why all women are objectified in all films. She goes on to say this: arguing women are blasted for speaking out, she says. When we feminists put together lists, produce data, are outraged, they have the nerve to ask, but do you think you just hate men? I can't imagine why people would think that with mainstream feminists saying all men should die. Why would anyone think that you hate all men? I don't fucking know. But she's not alone. Have a look at this TikTok video that went viral on that platform by these two young women. They are talking about what it would be like in the world if men didn't exist for 24 hours. They're talking about how safe it would be, how they could go and do things that they can't do right now. But we've had this conversation before. Like when The Project, Australia's premier woke network, commented on men assaulting women. My point hasn't changed. Blaming all men, young and old, is a waste of time. Why? Because, I don't know, when you say all men or not all men, people start freaking out. But it's not. It's fucking not. If you take the whole population of Australia, 99.9% of us are not bad people. There might be some fuckwits here. The reason they do this is because they're bad people. They are not good people. They have grown up in horrible situations. Maybe it's hardwired into them. Maybe this is all they've seen as a child, and then their father did the same thing and had the same experience, and it goes on and on and on. My point is blaming all men, making them the enemy of all women, introducing and making young women terrified of men is a bad way to go about fucking normal life. But ladies, fear not, because let's finish this video on something positive. The ultimate pleasure experience, which is what I call myself in the bedroom. Male love robots could replace men for good. Hallelujah! Finally, ladies, you're set free. Love dolls are nothing new. They've been around for several years now, but now there's a male doll that is actually a robot, not just a doll. That means it should do as a real man would in many things. You can even engage in verbal communication. And I have a clip from one of the first pieces of verbal communication between love man robot and human.
Hello, Smithers. You're quite good at turning me on.
You probably should ignore that.
Now, if you're a lady and you're trying to choose between a real man and a robot man, here are, I've developed, with all my scientific skills, a list, a pros and con list, and I'm going to detail them right now. Pro, real men smell. Man musk is a great turn on for many, many women's. There's nothing like week-old BO and day-old bolognese sauce from the night before stuck in the dude's beard to get a lady's juices absolutely flowing. Moist. Pro. Number 2. All men have chiseled six-packs. But most of us are hiding it under a bag of ice. Sad face. And that's basically about it. But for the cons, I've written a few down. Dandruff, smelly fingers, stinky dick, mess, not being able to be the ultimate pleasure experience. To be honest, I'd root a robot. Go robots. Down with flesh dicks. Be a good motherfucker. Peace in the Middle East. Me dick stinks. And I'll see you all very soon. Keep it moist. What else did I say? I don't know. Toodaloo wobble bye.